Today's morning show is being brought to you by
at Golden Nugget Laughlin. Experience a new kind of reward. Sign up for the 24 Karat Select Club today.
Good Thursday morning to you all. Hope you're having a good week. I know it's been a long, hot week, and it's going to continue to be hot again today, but we live in the desert, so. There's actually a lot of stuff going on right now in the news, and although we will have a complete newscast for you tomorrow, there are a few things that we want to talk about this morning, and I'm sure you will find them all very interesting, and some of them are a little, we have one story that's pretty disturbing. But before we do any of that, we're going to say hello and good morning to Chad.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm doing pretty well.
I like that combination, that shirt.
Oh, with the undershirt? I do too. I just kind of threw it together this morning and went, that works.
It does, it does. Yeah, looks nice.
Oh.
Oh.
Well, you said it's been a long week, but to me this week has gone by way too fast.
Okay, it has gone by fast, but it has been a long
full week
as far as a hard week.
Yes, okay,
Yes.
I definitely on the same page there.
But I definitely got some sleep last night, so that's good.
Good. I fell asleep early last night too. I was watching a show and I wanted to watch the show, but then I woke up this morning, so I'll have to try to watch that again.
If at first you don't succeed. Oh, good morning, Chris.
Good morning.
How are you?
It's Thursday, not Friday yet. It's tomorrow. So I'm going to wait one more day to say it's Friday.
That is correct, because of
You
course
might have
it's
some angry people if you
a
said
news
it's
night.
Friday.
Yeah,
Right.
that is true.
Yeah.
Well, for school, it's their Friday night. Unless you're failing in class.
Oh, jeez. That's true. Well, good morning, Joe.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm good. Excited for the River Bowl next week.
Oh, yeah. Wow, that's a week from Saturday.
I know,
Friday.
right?
Friday, I mean. Excuse me. Friday Night Lights. But under the lights of the Anderson Auto Group Fieldhouse, that is.
It's the first game, right? The inaugural
The
game?
inaugural game, River Bowl, at the Fieldhouse. Yes. So we're looking forward to that.
And we're streaming it live.
I know, and I'm sure many of you are looking forward to seeing all your young athletes as well, not out there suffering in a triple-degree heat. So we're excited. But
That alone should have justified having that building built, honestly.
right, it helps everyone, even the band and everyone practicing and marching and stuff. So that's great. But actually, one of the first things I wanted to mention is that there's currently a search underway for a 17-year-old boy who yesterday, apparently in Thompson Bay, just outside of the no-wake zone, he jumped, or somehow, they didn't elaborate, but we're assuming he jumped from a moving boat, and he was hit by the propeller in the boat and has not resurfaced. So I know that Mojave County Search and Rescue and other local agencies were out there all afternoon yesterday searching for this young man, and I believe the search efforts are just about commencing again this morning. So we will, of course, keep you updated on that, but that's just a very difficult story to have to bring you. We'll see what happens with that. But I did want to mention that before, of course, it's in the news tomorrow. There are other things, too. I know I believe we are supposed to hear from Las Vegas Metro today regarding the armed robbery suspect that was shot and killed after he came out of his vehicle, you know the whole story, and pointed his weapon at the officers after that 6-hour standoff. Well, I'm pretty sure we're going to hear word from them today as far as the suspect's identity. The coroner's office has not yet released that, although yesterday they did release the names of the police officers who were involved in that shooting, but they have not yet identified the suspect. So again, once we have additional details there, we will bring that to you as well. And oh, there was big news this morning. Susie Lee, as most of you local Nevadans know, is our freshman congresswoman here in District 3. And it looks like she has a big challenge ahead in 2020. And I'm saying big not only stature-wise, but a former professional wrestler. If you follow WWE, you might have remembered this gentleman. And I don't know if, Joe, you can pull up a picture of him. And did you watch WWE?
I did, but I'm having a hard time figuring out who that is.
Well, he went under the name of Dan Rodman, but that's actually Dan Rodemeyer.
Oh.
And he's a lawyer.
No
and he
way.
lives here. Well, he lives in Las Vegas, and this morning he announced that he will be challenging Congresswoman Lee. And he's a conservative, he's a Republican, so he will, I don't know yet if he'll have a primary or she will, but he plans on running, and he said that he's very good at bringing people together, and that's what this country needs. And he made his announcement this morning. So it's funny because when he came out, naturally he was well dressed, and they said, "Oh, well, you have a shirt on, so that's a plus."
No, this is unexpected.
Right.
It's always surprising when somebody like that has they're so intelligent. Like, not that other wrestlers aren't intelligent, you just don't naturally align the two. Like, somebody to be a lawyer and a professional wrestler, that's incredible. I think that's amazing.
Right, yeah. I didn't know he was a lawyer either, so I have to admit that I looked that up afterward. I didn't know that, but good for him, and we'll see what happens. And I know that will be something we will certainly be following. It wasn't too long ago that the Congresswoman actually came down here to Laughlin at, I believe she had a town hall, a forum that was well attended. So we'll watch that. And coming up in, I don't know, about 10 minutes maybe, we will have Derek Sedler from the Bullhead City Department of Parks and Recreation. He will be joining us and talking to us about a number of events that will soon be happening. So, I think I said this yesterday. Our city, and we were talking about the chambers, I think, but the other day. But our city, Bullhead City, has always got so many great things going on, and they do such a good job putting events together and organizing tournaments, and so I'm excited to hear what he has to say. I am too, and I guess they have a whole pool schedule and everything, and like we say, there's just so much always to do here.
And it's such a gorgeous pool.
It
Have
really
you ever
is.
seen it? It's beautiful.
Yeah, it is. It is gorgeous. And do we have to take a look at weather yet?
Yeah.
Okay. Just making sure out there, ladies and gentlemen, because yesterday we kind of ran short on the show.
Yeah, especially
so
with the
we
guests.
certainly don't want to do that. So let's take a look at your weather today.
Alrighty, the official high yesterday in Laughlin and Bullhead City was 114 degrees. Kingman got up to 103 and Searchlight reached 102. This morning we had a low of 82 degrees. Looking around the area, and it was actually a comfortable 82 degrees. Looking around the area today, we're expecting a high of 107 in Las Vegas, 84 in Flagstaff, 109 in Phoenix, 84 in Los Angeles, and 111 here in Laughlin and Bullhead City. Looking over at Mesquite, we have a high of 108, 99 in Searchlight and Kingman, 89 in Prescott, and 110 in Lake Havasu City. Again, there's no real moisture or rain expected in this area or Kingman area, but they do expect some clouds up and the higher elevations. So, stay warm, stay cool, whatever it's appropriate to say right now. And enjoy the weather today, because it is going to be a beautiful, slightly warm day.
Yes, slightly warm. Oh, one other thing that obviously is looming large in the state of Nevada, of course, is the potential for a big strike, meaning Clark County School Department teachers are set to strike on September 10th if they can't come to a resolution. Now, yesterday, the Clark County School Department, the administration, put out a statement that they met to have a contingency plan in place in the event the teachers do in fact strike. So they said that the schools will remain open, that they will work diligently to come up with an effective way to provide enrichment and nourishing meals for children while the teachers are on strike. So what's interesting about this is usually when you have a union who's threatening to strike, their brother and sister unions support them. And that's not the case apparently here in Nevada. The teachers union broke away from some of the other unions, and they're not getting any of that support. And of course, we all know that strikes are illegal here in Nevada, but they're going to do it, and they put their demands out on the table. And what the administration came back with was they offered them a 3% raise, a step increase, and a 4% increase in contributions to their medical expenses. But the teachers union came back and said, well, you didn't really offer us anything because that's what the governor and the legislature promised. So it doesn't seem like there's any resolution yet, but like I said, they are going to continue to try to go back to the drawing board and come up with something that will be palatable for all, and we don't have to see a teacher strike. So a lot of dissension and fractures occurred when the current superintendent announced earlier in the summer that he was going to eliminate all of the dean positions at every high school. And of course, that did not sit well with the 178 deans who were affected in their respective schools. So that plan, fortunately, from what I'm hearing, was scrapped. But now the schools are required to cut $98 per student from the budget in order to make everything run smoothly, because Clark County School Department has a big deficit looming. So, do you have any thoughts on this?
First off, I think there is I've always thought Clark County is a top-heavy organization, Clark County School District. Mm-hmm. I think that there's entirely too many assistant superintendents, and I don't get why you wouldn't trim some of the fat there first before anything else. And then you might not have to worry about $95 per student, because what's the salary of an assistant superintendent? It's in the six figures, right?
Oh, sure.
And they have to take $98 per student. Well, how many students would a six-figure salary cover?
And
I mean, yes, there's a lot of students, and maybe I'm not being realistic about it, but I feel like that if they had cut down to two, maybe, assistant superintendents, or even one, their work wouldn't be overburdening. It wouldn't be overwhelming. It would save quite a bit of money, though, and that to me would be more important than taking deans or cutting back on funding or in other areas of schools.
And they say that they don't want to see the children suffer in any way. And I know the teachers don't. They wouldn't be in that profession if they did not care about those kids. They love their students. I know. I mean, there are plenty of teachers in my family. My mother was a teacher for many years. They love their kids. But when it comes to the kids still, not having their teachers, they're not in the classroom, they're not learning as they should be, I don't know what exactly they plan to do with this so-called contingency plan in the event of a strike, but I do know that the kids will still be missing out on things like football games. And I think that we were just talking about the River Bowl, but
Yeah.
Chris, I think you mentioned it yesterday, that if they strike,
The possibility of affecting their football games, yeah.
sure.
And their first game is when?
Well, I'm not sure.
I thought
but
Chris had known
the
the date.
strike would go into effect on September 10th, so it would be any game after that. And I do believe they start the season before September 10th.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
pretty
I thought
sure
maybe
they
the
do.
strike was sooner. I'm sorry, I got confused.
So, anyway. Hey, I heard another interesting story today. I don't know if you follow pageants, anybody out there, but not that this is the Miss America or the Miss, one of the big televised ones, Miss America or Miss USA, but the Ms. America pageant, still a respected organization in its own right.
Wait,
Nev-
there's
Ms.
Miss America and Ms. America?
Yes.
Okay.
And that will be taking place this weekend. Well, one state, their title holder, Nevada, will not be representing Nevada in the pageant. So I don't know. I'm sure she has an alternate.
Yeah,
but
let's say, what's the reasoning?
what's the reason?
I haven't heard
They
about this.
said that it is because she turned too political.
Oh.
And
it's one of those.
she's a U.S. Combat veteran.
Wow.
She was a sergeant first class in the
Wow.
in the Army, and she's a Trump supporter. So apparently she had photos of the Make America Great Again hat, and she had stuff on her personal social media pages supporting the president and supporting her conservative views. What the pageant is claiming is that she used her pageant page to put some of the political stuff on it, and it's not a political pageant, so therefore she was stripped of her title.
Wow.
But she has an attorney because it seems like she's being unfairly targeted when other contestants have done similar, but she wasn't using her page as a platform for her views. That's what she contends. But again, there were other contestants who had more liberal or moderate views that did similar and were not stripped of their title. So,
I mean, okay, so in my opinion, first off, it's she won the pageant. It's her page. She should be able to use it as a platform that she wants to, especially if other people are doing the exact same thing but the opposite side of the table, like they're liberal and they're promoting liberal agenda. Then you shouldn't. That's totally unfair. And
okay, so I have to say I disagree with you on the first part of your statement.
Okay.
I don't think that she should use. I don't think that any contestant.
no more. And I'm not saying that's okay. At that point, if no contestants were doing it, I would agree with you.
Right. Okay. So that's what I was going to say. I agreed with the second half. What's
was
good for
too
the goose is
assertive on
good
the
for the
first
gander,
half.
right? But if nobody had done it and she went out and did it on her own, then yes, that would be justified.
You know, it's like other places trying to censor what other places have to say because they represent a more conservative side of things instead of the
Right.
traditional
Well, I mean, we've heard the stories. The little kids in, I think it was a little girl in Long Island, on Long Island, that she said she wrote a paper that Donald Trump was her hero, and they told her she couldn't say that the
Oh, I
president.
remember that.
Yeah, was somebody she admired, right? I think that's what it was, and they said that she couldn't do it. She couldn't write about the president.
Unless it was Obama.
I mean, have you ever heard of anything so absurd? I don't care what your political views are. If a child says that the president is somebody they look up to and their hero, whether it was President Obama or President Trump, then I think that person qualifies as somebody that they look up to.
And it's awful that they're trying to control the American people's vote, and which it's clearly what is going on when you try to censor only one side, and that's that. I mean, why not just make it a military state and just tell us what to do?
Oh my, yeah, we certainly hear that.
Don't
a
give them
lot.
ideas.
I know, complete joke, just sarcasm. Don't really do it, please.
No, please don't. So, Chris, what did you have to talk about? You had something very interesting.
The one I mentioned
Yeah.
earlier? Oh, okay. So the one I brought up was, so I guess this weekend there was a huge debate about temperatures in the household. So I don't know how it started, but then what this brought down is, what's everyone set their house temperature? And there was an official report, the United States Department of Energy said your house should be set to 78 degrees when you're at home. And then this one really confused me. You should have it set to 82 when you go to bed.
I can explain that.
I feel like, well, I know it saves energy and everything, but I feel like I would overheat
Yeah, me
at
too.
night with that temperature. What's your
78?
82.
82.
You said when you're not home.
When
No,
you
when
go
you're
to bed.
sleeping.
When you
When you're
sleep?
not
Oh.
home. When you're not
Oh,
home.
okay.
Yeah, when you're not home, they're saying 85.
You 85. Okay, well, okay. So when you're asleep at 82 degrees, you're not going to notice the shift as much because you're sleeping. You might notice it drag down, but I thought you said, well, you're not home, and because that's what I do is I keep it at 78 and then bump it up to 82 when nobody's home, because then it doesn't work so hard to cool the house back down to 78.
Well,
Right.
what from I know too is they say, well, this is what confused me when I heard about this, was I've always heard when you sleep, your body needs to be under about 80 degrees to sleep correctly. I've heard that theory, and this kind of now throws off that theory.
I agree with you 100% there, Chris, because I've always heard that as well, that you lower your thermostat at night. So,
Now, I always, growing up, like when I lived in Montana, midwinter, I would sleep with my bedroom window open just so I could climb under the warm blankets and it would feel even more comfortable. So I can see how being cooler at night would benefit, but then you throw the blanket on, your body heat keeps you at a solid 100 degrees anyway, doesn't it?
do you know how
99?
you, well, I think so. Do you know how you quickly cool your body off?
Getting what?
No, you
Dip your
stick
head.
your foot out from under the covers and it cools down.
I've heard that theory.
I've tried it. I'm sure we all have. And I think it works.
Flip your pillow over.
Yeah, yes, that too. Or buy one of those cool pillows, right?
I don't know. The cool pillow thing never worked for me, but I gotta say I bought this 3-inch cool pad, and for some reason that worked. I don't know why.
I wonder where they base these temperatures on. What part of the country?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna
it
say. Like,
a collective?
yeah, where are you even getting this data? Did you try Arizona?
I saw somebody already. They have memes saying, you know, oh, keep it to 78, and then some nastiness underneath it saying you don't live in Arizona.
Yeah.
There's no way, bruh.
You
You
live
know?
in Maine.
Right, right. But yeah, so I guess it must be a national average, I assume.
I'm looking up.
But I do. I keep my house on 85 when I'm not there during the week, and
Yeah,
Yeah,
well, the studio
so-
too is here at 85. I can understand if you're not home, but when you are home at nighttime, 82 just seems too high for me. Just my opinion. I believe ours is set to 78.
here
Oh,
or
yeah,
here,
at
yeah,
home.
here. Okay.
We have one person that just wrote us and says that at his home they set the temperature to 82 degrees during the day and 79 at night. Well, he wears a jacket and his wife is more comfortable.
Wow.
Oh,
So, I mean, I guess each
Yeah,
person
tell
has
us.
a different body temperature, so it's hard. You can't really pick an average because each person is different and you have to try to work with what works for your household, I would say.
right. And then it depends on how many layers of clothing you wear too, because I'm one of those people that bundles up when I go
Well,
to bed.
I'm
so.
curious too. So they're saying, for example, you set your temperature. Normally the household is at 76, and it's all day. Now I'm curious if you kept it at 76 all night, in like Bullhead, for example, it cools down at night, and your house stayed at 76. Would that save energy compared to you setting it to 82,
77,
and then in the
77.
morning setting it to 76. Now your AC is trying to pull it down by 10 degrees while it's warming up outside. Would that make more energy? I'm curious on that.
You know, and here's something I just found out is for anti-aging purposes, rooms between 60 and 68 degrees encourage the body to produce melatonin. In addition to promoting sleep, melatonin is a powerful anti-aging hormone.
Wow, how about that? Well, I guess that kind of gives a little bit of credence to the theory of the cold showers also having anti-aging benefits and a plethora of health benefits. Do you do that? Do you take cold showers?
I do. I like. Well, I try to out here, but the water never really quite gets cold out
I
here.
was about to say.
Except for during the winter when you want to take a warm shower.
Right.
It just, you know, we have another person that said 77 in the day, 73 at night. So it seems like more people want to have a lower temperature at nighttime than they
To
do during the
sleep,
day.
sure.
78 24/7 is what somebody else said.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess it's personal preference too. Except, of course, when the power companies tell you, please,
Reduce use.
yeah.
Well, like you're right. During let's say there was, remember the fires or something in California.
Rolling
They had the
blackouts.
rolling brownouts.
They had, yeah, and surprisingly everyone worked with that, and that was really nice of the community doing that.
Yeah, well, nobody wants to have a real blackout.
Yeah, exactly.
And I remember New York City having a blackout. And
I remember
that's
California
scary.
having them too, and during the summertime, that is not fun.
No, it's not. It's
I feel
certainly
like
not.
New York would be like a end of the world
It
story.
oh my
or
gosh, it was so
something.
crazy watching
With
people.
such huge towers.
Yes, and watching people walk across the Brooklyn Bridge. It was
Oh my
just
gosh.
very.
Sounds like I Am Legend.
I mean,
Yeah,
it would
they-
have to be like a point where you just don't use the elevator in case there's going to be a rolling blackout. That
Oh,
day.
that's so true. Think about that. What about the people who live, in those high rises? That
Spend
just occurred
millions
to
of
me.
dollars.
Right. Good luck getting down. What do you mean you have to go back up?
Hey, take the stairs, right?
You're on your own. You forgot your purse. You go get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna just sleep
Call
in
the
the
fire
car.
department with a ladder truck.
I'm gonna sleep in the car in the basement.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, all kidding aside, though, that's scary.
Yeah, that would suck.
Fortunately, we haven't heard anything like that this year here.
Good.
So
I do kind of wonder, like in past, how common has that been? Like, because you see it in like so many movies, people getting stuck in the elevator. Is it that common in places with high rises and stuff like that, or?
oh, sure. I'm sure it happens at least weekly.
Oh, wow.
I would think that an elevator.
And now I feel like when I was a kid, I had a bit of a fear of elevators. I feel like that's completely justified now. If you're telling me that somebody gets trapped in an elevator, not that that's the exact numbers, but
Well, no, I believe that. Yeah, sure. A lot of them, of course, they're not newsworthy. They go unreported because usually they remedy the situation quickly. But I actually happen to know a lot about this because my dad was the chief elevator inspector in the state of Rhode Island. So he,
Knows a
would
thing
be
or
called
two.
out on incidents and such. And of course, he was aware of everything that went on in different states. But it's common.
like I would be that stereotypical person in the elevator that like starts hyperventilating and
Oh,
and they're like, it's
no.
only been 36 seconds. Calm down.
Yeah. Oh.
Me, I'd be the complete opposite. Cool, now I have an excuse to be late.
Chris, I'm with you.
I mean,
so
but
let's
the
get
power's out.
stuck in an
Power's out.
elevator
Those
together.
elevators get warm.
They do, and I mean, especially if they're very crowded. And usually, that's
my
the
God.
reason why elevators. Well, it's not the only reason, but that is a reason when you overcrowd an elevator. They specifically have a weight and person capacity limits. They
Limits,
have them
yeah.
stated on there, but people will want to get in there, and you're all squished in like a can of sardines, and sometimes that can cause the
You know,
elevator to.
There was one time, I don't know where this was, I forgot, and there was somebody had said, they're like, hey, we have more than 3 people in here, so somebody needs to get out, and people kind of all looked at each other, they're like, fine, it was nice that a couple of people volunteered, but it was funny, like, wondering, like, who's getting out on this one? Are we gonna do this or not?
I mean, really, is it that difficult? You have to wait an extra 2 minutes?
I know, right? Like, and there's not like 7 other elevators down like
Yeah,
along that
exactly.
strip.
Everyone wants getting one.
Although the more I would probably be calmer if I was with 1 or maybe 2 other people. But if you had a full elevator, oh my gosh, I'd be going nuts.
Yeah, because you know that somebody in that group is going to be a little crazy too.
And that would probably end up being me if there were too many people, because that's even worse. Or by myself.
You know, people don't listen. In fact, scarier than elevators, all the stories that I heard growing up from my dad with escalators, because he was the chief of the whole department, you know, in labor. So obviously they had to inspect escalators as well. And that is something too that parents sometimes don't pay attention to their kids standing backwards on an escalator or having untied shoes. And I don't want to get into it, but
Scary.
really horrific things happen on escalators if you don't properly stand on it and not do stupid things.
And tie your shoes.
And tie your shoes, yes.
I was riding an elevator or an escalator in Montana, and my shoelace was loose, and it was tied, but it wasn't tied properly, and it got stuck underneath the elevator, and I swore I thought I was going to get sucked in, but luckily it came loose and I got free.
Yeah, well, you're very lucky, because even if it doesn't suck you in, it's not going to suck you in, but it could have done serious damage to your foot and then caused you to fall and people
Topple
behind
down.
you and
Dominoes.
bad things, but especially with little children. I saw it one day. I kid you not, watched a parent let their toddler put their hands on the escalator. And needless to say, at that point, I did not care if I risked being arrested, but I pulled the kid up because those little fingers near those grates,
That would have destroyed his hands.
it's happened. But anyway.
Now, another dangerous thing, it's kind of a little bit different than you were talking about. Google search for kid climbs up escalator and falls. On the side, a kid was climbing up the side of the escalator, you know,
Yes.
and he gets all the way to the top, and somehow in this particular video and instance, the kid drops, and somebody manages to catch him just
Oh
in
my
time.
gosh.
It was an it happened several years ago, and we've shown it before, but it's worth seeing again. Were you guys able to find that?
No, there's too many other videos.
No,
okay,
they-
well, I have it right on the first one, so I'll send you a link.
Yeah, no, I know that those things happen, and I don't want to get into any of them because I'm sure I'd get a
Okay.
phone call from my dad saying, well, that's not exactly what happened, but there have been fatal incidents, that I can tell you. So, anyway, we can
Yeah, we'll move on.
move along from that. That was a bizarre segue, but
Those are the best, right?
right. So, is our guest here?
Yes.
Great. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we will be joined by Derek Sedler from Bullhead City Department of Parks and Recreation.
This segment of the morning show is brought to you by Golden Nugget Laughlin. Experience a new kind of reward. Sign up for the 24 Karat Select Club today.
If you have Medicare, listen up. Medicare alone only covers 80% of your costs, leaving you to pay the rest. Understanding all the options can be downright confusing. That's why I love Health Markets, your insurance marketplace. They search thousands of plans to find a plan that's right for you. Plans that have prescription drug coverage, dental and vision care. Some may eliminate your out-of-pocket costs and no monthly premium.
Health Markets.
Representatives are standing by to assist you 24/7. Don't wait. Call now.
Santa Fe and Fairway Village Estates, 2 planned home communities with 4-car garages and homes with 2-car RV garage. Visit today and ask for the value package of everything included. No upgrades, all included.
20 million Americans without adequate internet speeds.
Rural areas are abandoned.
Introducing Electron!
Electron is here.
Electron is the solution.
Attention, those who have used Monsanto's Roundup weed killer in a commercial setting and developed non-Hodgkin's lymphoma cancer. In the past year, juries have decided that Roundup weed killer caused plaintiffs to develop non-Hodgkin's lymphoma cancer. If you or someone you know were exposed to the weed killer Roundup in a commercial setting and later developed non-Hodgkin's lymphoma cancer, call us right now. You may be entitled to financial compensation. Call now, 800-943-3078.
Cheeseburgers to check engine lights. Sundays to steering fluid. Birthday cakes to brake pads. For all your everyday needs, Co-op Connections is the one card that does it all.
This segment of the morning show is brought to you by All Wellness Medical Center, now open for all your wellness needs. Located on Canyon Road off the Bullhead Parkway. Make an appointment today.
And once again, welcome back, and welcome Recreation Manager Derek Sedler. How are
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me.
Oh,
Appreciate
great.
it.
Well, we love to have you here. Great to have you back. Have a lot going on.
Yeah, of course, recreation and doesn't seem to slow down, but we have some exciting things approaching and some things to just be mindful of. First and foremost, our fall pool schedule just began a couple weeks ago, so there are some changes to that due to the fact that the kids are back in school and everything. Sure. So as you can see, they kindly put that up on the screen for everybody to see, but that can also be found on our website, going to bullheadcity.com and to our aquatics page. We do our best to keep those updates as current as possible, and of course we love to have you down at the pool. Our water aerobics is busy every day. We got 40 to 50 people showing up there on a daily basis. Our lap swimmers are very dedicated, and we appreciate them being there, as well as on the days we do have recreational swim, mostly on the weekends now, but Fridays and Saturdays that's available. And of course, if you're wanting to host a birthday party or a pool party, those prices and things can be found on our aquatics page as well. So,
and they're so affordable, and it's just such a wonderful place to have a party.
It really is. It's a good spot to be. We have our splash pad right next door as well, so lots of good activity there. One of our closest events coming up is our Dink for Pink pickleball tournament, October 3rd through 5th, and that registration is now open on pickleballtournaments.com, a partner that we have for pickleball, which is the popular site, and right. so huge, growing very quickly, and we've got a great following here in Bullhead City, and we appreciate all those players coming to all of our events. So please sign up as soon as you can.
And then moving ahead, of course, this is an event that's not going to take place until January, but registration is open for the Senior Games.
Yes, our Senior Games is going to be here before you know it. Very exciting time for us in recreation, very busy time for us in recreation. But we provide multiple different sports and activities. Thank you for popping that up on the screen as well. The registration, like I said, is open. If you go to www.seniorgames.co, just CO. Please leave out the M. And registration is open on there. If you do, of course, have any questions, you can contact us at City Hall at 763-9400. My extension's 303.
Now, the Senior Games is open to 50 plus, right?
Correct. Yep, 50 plus, offering a variety of different sports and activities, and we've even added a few. 3-on-3 basketball event, volleyball for a team sport, which we're really hoping we can attract some teams to that, as well as power walking. Seems to be a very popular senior game sport. So we mirror a lot of our activities and things off of the Huntsman Games up in St. George, and we appreciate their support as well in assisting us with the development of ours. So
you know,
very exciting time.
Absolutely. And it's funny that you mentioned power walking, because now, thinking back a few months ago, I ran into a couple of power walkers in the mall, the Laughlin Outlet Mall, and they said that they were hopeful that it would turn into a senior event.
Well, that's great. So hopefully they will join.
I'm
hopefully
sure that
they're tuned
in.
in.
They get there very early and do it. But all of the athletes who participate are really just so dedicated to their sport.
They really are. It's quite amazing. It's been an eye-opening experience for me to see, and it's a lot of fun. We really love that week in January, January 12th through 19th this year. Beautiful weather that time of year, and we look forward to hosting upwards of 2,000 or even more athletes than that. So.
Wow. So if you're planning to come to the Laughlin Bullhead area, you might want to check on room reservations, because they're probably already gone.
Yes. As far as the hotels and things, those hotel deals and things hopefully will be released very soon.
So pickleball tournaments, pool schedule, and I can't believe every day you have something going on at the pool.
Yeah, we pretty much do every day. Every day we have either our lap swimmers, water aerobics, recreational swim. So definitely multiple options for people to enjoy our pool.
Okay, so anything else?
Another exciting event that we host every year is our Fall Senior Softball Classic, and that is approaching very close to as well, November 1st through 6th. And we've also partnered with Las Vegas Senior Softball Association for a women's tournament that following weekend, November 8th through 10th. We've already got upwards of, I believe, 15 teams already signed up for that. So we're excited to host that as well. Of course, sports tourism just in general in Bullhead City is rapidly growing. Our facilities are wonderful. Thank you to our parks team and and Dave Heath for really putting together great facilities for our people to come in and tourists to come in and enjoy our facilities. So those things, on top of what we host, the Parks and Rec department, we've got alternate promoters coming in from Las Vegas, Phoenix, all over California to use our facilities and run their own tournaments as well. So that's always exciting.
And the community owes a huge thank you to Parks and Recreation. To you guys, you mentioned sports tourism. The impact that it has on our local economy is tremendous, and I think it's sometimes overlooked when you see just every weekend, it doesn't matter what season it is, there is some tournament going on.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, the goal is to have every weekend pretty much booked, except for, of course, some holiday weekends and things. But even the holiday weekends, they're wanting to come and bring some tournaments to our community. So it's an exciting time for Bullhead City, and I think that the future is definitely bright. And we hope to grow our tournaments as well as have others come in and grow theirs as well. So we've got some great relationships with other outside promoters, and we appreciate our community members using our facilities, and we hope that you think the same.
Well, I'm sure they do, and of course, Bullhead City is a great host. This whole community is a good host to all of those who come in and stay in our rooms. They eat in our restaurants. They gas up at our gas
Exactly.
stations.
We got pretty much everything to offer.
Yes.
And of course, the beautiful Colorado River. So
of course.
it's a great place to be and a lot of exciting things happening.
Well, thank you as always for joining us and filling us in. And again, they can just go to your website or your Facebook page as well.
Yep, of course. We're always posting things and trying to keep everybody up to speed. And of course, like I said, you can always give us a call and we'll definitely point you in the right direction.
Well, thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
And once again, Derek Sedler from Bullhead City Parks and Recreation Manager. And we will be right back with more of Take Two.
Today's morning show is brought to you by Hospice Compasses. At the heart of who we are stands compassion, integrity, and excellence. Call Hospice Compasses for more information.
If you owe $10,000 or more to the IRS or state, this may be the most important phone call you'll ever make.
I owed $87,000 in taxes. But listen.
Your tax problem is settled. You only owe $3,500.
What a great message.
If you owe $10,000 or more to the IRS or state, then you owe it to yourself to call this number. Let our experts help guide you through the process of negotiating a tax settlement. Call this number or go to tax10000.com.
Silver Rider, your dependable and timely transportation system in Laughlin. Scheduled routes in Laughlin 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Ride along Casino Drive and into the residential areas of Laughlin every day, all day. Silver Rider also offers senior transit with trips to Bullhead City for doctor's appointments and shopping.
We have weekly trips to Las Vegas and even trips once a month to Needles. Warm in the winter and cool in the summer. The Silver Rider fleet is comfortable, clean, and efficient.
If you have Medicare, listen up. Medicare alone only covers 80% of your costs, leaving you to pay the rest. Understanding all the options can be downright confusing. That's why I love Health Markets, your insurance marketplace. They search thousands of plans to find a plan that's right for you. Plans that have prescription drug coverage, dental and vision care. Some may eliminate your out-of-pocket costs and no monthly premiums.
Health Markets. Representatives are standing by to assist you 24/7. Don't wait. Call now.
This segment of the morning show is brought to you by Fort Mojave Dental, the best place for the best smile in the tri-state area. Kind and caring staff will help you feel better about your smile. Call them today at 928-758-8887 or check them out online at sugarbug.com.
Welcome back once again. That was certainly interesting to hear all about everything that's going on in recreation, and it's absolutely true. Sports tourism is just incredible. They have incredible impact on our economy. Hey, you know, I'm not having much of an impact on our economy right now because do you know what I did?
What'd you do?
I broke my debit card in half.
Oh my gosh.
In half.
That's...
Don't ask.
Miserable time.
Oh, and you know what makes it worse? Bank of America shuttered its doors in Bullhead City.
Oh, I know.
Oh no! So you have to wait for one to come all the way in the mail, or go somewhere else.
I'll have to go on the weekend somewhere else.
Oh no!
I know. Well, and it's funny because it's like, well, we can overnight you a card to your address associated with your account. And I'm like, it's not going to help me.
Well, I know what Tara needs. She needs an Apple credit card, and I brought this up, and I want to challenge Chad to bend this titanium credit card. But first, I'm going to play this video to show you guys how much work it took me to bend it. So if Chad can bend this after I show this video, I'm going to be impressed. All right, I'm going to play this real quick.
He must be really certain.
Well, we know why you guys are here, so this is the Apple credit card. As we know, it's titanium. That beautiful sound. This is mine, but I had a special person from Snapchat send me theirs. So this is a brand new one. They didn't want their name in it, so I'm not gonna have their name in it. Packaging still looks the same. A little different, but yeah. I'm gonna pop this open. So this is an Apple credit card. Looks the same. As we know, it sounds like metal. So we're gonna do what you're all here for, the bend test. So I guess we're just gonna go for it and see what it does. Wow, that definitely isn't easy to bend. Ooh. Oh, almost got it bent. A little, wow. That's definitely a titanium, but can we bend it? It's taking a second, yeah. Wow. That's actually really tough. So let's go grab some tools. Right. So as we saw, we tried bending it. So I have a razor blade and I'm curious about the scratch test. So there's like nothing to scratch. You can barely scratch anything on there. Wow, there we go. You can definitely feel the grooves in there. Let's see how well that strip is. So this is a lot weaker than this side. Still can't bend it. So we'll try a different tool. Alright, so that was a scratch test, front and back. And I have the lovely tools. Grab this side. And grab this side. Yeah, you guys might be thinking, oh, can't be that strong. It's pretty strong. Ooh. There it goes. Oh. So there's the back and front, and I can't bend this back either, even if I try. So that was me using tools, so you want to try bending it?
Yeah, let's see if I can do it.
Ooh, yeah, ooh. Oh, you used your fist?
Yeah.
Smart.
Wait a minute, is this the new one?
No, this is the old one. It was already structurally compromised.
Oh.
This,
give that.
I'm like, Chris, they're not going to give you another one.
No. This is the one that I had bent already, so it's got a little bent, but wow, Chad almost did it.
I almost did it.
Oh,
Could I try?
Oh.
Yeah, let me get it back to being straight again. That's as good as I'm going to get it back. I didn't expect it. It was hard.
This is very painful
I literally had to
for me because mine just broke right in half, but of course it's not a titanium Apple one. Okay, wait. So I'm going to try to bend it, but of course it's...
Just go the direction I went. Oh, too easy now?
No. No. No, it doesn't.
That's a tough card.
I'm going to end up with hand cramps. No.
I'm just going to say I'm a lot stronger than I look. I'm like,
you certainly are. This is crazy. No, mine, I can't believe that you brought this up now, that mine literally snapped in half. My Bank of America.
Well, now we know. If anyone wants to try this, anyone sits on them, I had a hard time trying breaking it, so it was definitely way stronger than I expected because it's super thin. So
yeah.
I think it was the same. It's the same thickness as a regular plastic credit card, and that's what I was like. Okay, this is going to be brittle and break in half.
The material that is used is much denser, though.
Now I almost want, you know, my credit card that I showed you, the one that was metal.
Dense,
yeah.
Right. I wonder if that.
Oh, you want to test?
Bend test?
Do you want me to?
I don't know. No, because it was the limited edition one, and they definitely wouldn't give me another one. But it made a different sound. You know, the nice titanium, but
right?
mine was like plunk.
Yeah, it was fully unexpected, but I didn't realize grandfather was going, yeah, on motorcycles, all the parts, the bolts and stuff are all titanium because they're lightweight and they're really strong.
That's
because I was expecting it to bend like aluminum. I was like, simple and
right.
easy, but no, complete opposite.
By the way, Chris, do you know it took me the first 35 seconds of that video to realize that was you doing it? I'm like, oh, whose YouTube video are we watching?
Oh my
That was
gosh.
a great video.
I noticed right away, especially after I saw his name on the card.
Well, that's about when I noticed. No, but in any event, that's really good to know.
Yeah, I know. Isn't that wild?
I'm kind of curious if I can do it with the uncompromised one.
No. You can.
No, I didn't mean it.
You can go get your own now.
I don't have Apple. I'm not part of that exclusive.
I know you have to be part of that group, right? Chris?
That's what I was gonna say. Now they just publicly announced it last night. So if anyone wants one now, they just open the Wallet app.
Even if they don't have an iPhone.
You have to have an iPhone, so you open the Wallet app, and then you tap the little plus button, and you can request one, and they'll go through. It's like setting
Do
up
a
an
credit
account.
check.
Yeah. I know. Well, it's time for
Is there a
weather.
premium charge for it?
No, that's their thing is if you're an Apple user, there's no charge for using the card. There's no fees. There's no monthly fees. There's no payment to have the card. They'll ship it for free. They'll get it to you for free. And then let's say you have $1,000 bill you have to pay for. If you pay half of it halfway through the month, they'll give you discounts for the end of the month.
Wow.
So they're giving all these discounts. If you pay your credit card early, they'll give you credit for next month. So now you got, oh sweet, now I got 20, yeah.
That's bizarre because usually, credit card companies are in the business to
interest.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah,
capitalize on people
and that's
for
what
interest.
they're trying to do is they don't want people doing that. They want you to pay it off early. So it's a whole new thing.
Well,
and it's supposed to help people too. If you have really bad credit, they want to help people grow their credit. So this will teach younger kids too. Unless they overspend, then you just
Wait a minute. Are you saying that they are taking people with bad credit?
That's what I was about to say. So people were surprised that from being a big brand,
right?
Gosh, I can't think
a
of the
major
name.
credit card.
It's from Goldman Sachs.
Yeah,
people
yeah.
were really surprised that they're just accepting low people.
Low people. But what is low? A credit score under
Sub
600,
500
sub
maybe?
500. Oh wow, you're in trouble.
There's
then.
people that have 500. I know friends that do. I don't know how they did
Oh,
it, but
no, I know there are people, of course, and things happen, and I'm certainly not saying anything negative about that. People, I think it's great if they're offering something like that to try to increase your credit. I'm just surprised that they would take a risk on somebody with.
But I think what they're only doing it so they can get as many people on.
And those are the people that they're going to make the money on, because yes, they'll offer incentives for those customers who can pay their bill off every month. But I would say the vast majority of people
don't
have
pay
credit
for it,
cards can't, because they can't pay it off at once. A lot of people live paycheck to paycheck, and all I know is we have to take a look at the 5-day weather. Chad?
Brought to you by Eagle Motorcycles, located on Highway 95, offering O's, UTV cells, servicing watercrafts and motorcycles, and all your needs are met here at Eagle Motorcycles. Over the next 5 days, we're going to have a high today of 110 or 111 degrees, somewhere in that area, with winds from the south at 17 miles an hour. Tomorrow, winds stay from the south at 15 miles an hour, and the temperatures drop down just a bit to 106, which is a very nice temperature for this area. Same on Saturday for the high. Sunday, temperatures pick back up to 108, and then 110 on Monday. Over in the northeast, we're looking at Ottawa with a high of 74, Toronto at 73, Rochester at 74, New York at 93, and New Haven at 91. With some clouds scattered throughout the area, and so beautiful weather the next 5 days. Once again, brought to you by Eagle Motorcycle Rentals. You can reach them at 928-257-4332. Visit them online at eaglemotorcyclesaz.com or stop by their shop at 2106 Highway 95 in Bullhead City.
No, don't let those sun symbols fool you. It is very humid back there on the East Coast, and that's why you see the 70s and 90s. There's a big bunch of humidity in the middle of that coming through.
One of your favorite viewers from Rhode Island said that it was muggy as all get out there.
Oh, I'm sure it is. And thank you, Chad.
Anytime.
Thank you, Chris.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Joe.
You're welcome.
And thank you, each and every one of you, for tuning in on all of our platforms. We hope you have a great day, and we'll be here tomorrow with your Tri-State News. See you then.
Today's morning show has been brought to you by
Golden Nugget Laughlin. Experience a new kind of reward. Sign up for the 24 Karat Select Club today.
The preceding presentation of the morning show is intended for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this telecast or any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the show without the express written consent of TV2 KLBC is strictly prohibited.
The Boys and Girls Club of the Colorado River encourages you to donate local, shop local, and support local at the club's thrift store in Bullhead City. Donate your gently used items. Shop at the thrift store for great bargains to support programs for our local youth. It's that easy. Also, volunteers are always needed. The Boys and Girls Club of the Colorado River, great futures start here.